Good evening and welcome to the support session for the POE. We're going to start with a special quote just to help you, to encourage you through the process. Before anything else, preparation is the key to success. Our agenda for tonight is we're going to focus about 15 minutes or so on activity 1, activity 2, the essay, a question and answer, and a conclusion and feedback session. At the end of this task, a student should be able to stimulate conversation with children aged 0 to 4 years, promote language development and emerging literacy, understand children and books with greater meaning, know how to assist with the development of speech and expression. Question 1. The key points that needs to be considered is: how can you make your storybook? What are the marks for the storybook? The role of the teacher, a quick reflection. What are the resources that you can use to assist you, and special notes to consider? Having said that, we're going to move on. What is the role of the teacher? We know that the role model for language is the teacher in the classroom situation. And often, the teacher is the one that promotes book appreciation, the development of early communication, holistic child development, which is social, cognitive, emotional, physical, etc. And while having said that, I want you to think of other roles of the teacher in terms of language. The task focuses on key points. Number 1, we need to make a storybook. Number 2, this needs to be used as a special resource. Use the information in ICE Task 2 to support you. How can the ICE task support you? It can help with the language, the font layout, the image, the residual, the structure, conflict or resolution in the story. And this was discussed in previous lectures, so you have an understanding of what needs to happen in this situation. You need to keep to your topic, use your resources carefully, and always check your mark allocation. What are the suggested resources? And here I've highlighted some that can assist you: Canva, Pages, Blurb, Bookwrite, or Book Calculator. Please note you will need to submit a digital copy of this activity. It is your responsibility to save it as a PDF. Activity 2. Planning a communication activity. And the marks for this one is 40. The aim of the task: language development, growth in speech and communication, listening skills, understanding reading, developing an understanding of the approaches for listening, writing and reading, incorporation of technology, and understanding reading. What is the activity? You need to use the template ECDX 105A to design a suitable communication activity to develop children's communication skills in ECD. Consult 2 readings that have been posted on announcements. Select an age group. Now, how can you go about selecting age groups? And here we've highlighted some of the age groups. Number 1, the 0 to 18 months. Number 2, 18 to 3. Number 3, 3 to 4. And number 4, 4 to 5 years. The book written activity 1 could be used as a resource in this activity plan. Number 1, you need to create a communication activity plan which will engage the young child in the development of literacy skills. For example, pre-reading, writing, speech development. Select all ELDA appropriate so that it is suited to your activity. Use NAIDS Sans-Serif to guide the section. Describe the main activity. You do not have to fill in the introduction and conclusion phase. Include ICT within your activity. Detail any resources required for this activity. For example, your book may be made for activity 1, and this is a valuable resource. Puppets, pictures, ICT, etc. Think of any other resources that you could use for this activity. Activity 3. Support families for language development and literacy. Understand how the home affects a child's ability to develop good communication. Understand the importance of assessment in ECD with regard to communication. For this activity, you're going to write a 500 to 700 word essay on the importance of adults paying attention to children's communication skills. So, the general layout. For the introduction paragraph, you're going to have a paragraph of 8 to 10 lines. The body. In the body, you're going to have paragraph 1. Consider how the immediate home environment both positively and negatively influences children's abilities to communicate. Paragraph 2. Consider how assessment in ECD with regards to communication can help us to identify issues that have arisen. Paragraph 3. Make suggestions by way of example on how the ECD practitioner can support children and their families in promoting good communication skills at home and at school. A closing paragraph. Please remember your in-text references and your reference lists. The questions will be dealt with in the interactive sessions, so keep your questions written down or make a note of it so you're able to ask them and get the appropriate answers. Having said that, it's very important that you prep yourself, think and reflect, write it down, draft it, edit it, and then present it. Having said that, I wish you well with your POE. Kind regards, Dr. R. Singh.